is, I've had AIDS for the past 12 years, and it's been getting worse and worse. I've been in trouble a lot before in my life. Started off with little petty things like bad checks, knick-knack stuff, stealing things from a store here and there to have something to eat. And it just kept snowballing bigger and bigger. Then I would get locked up and go to jail and get out and go to get a job and couldn't really get a job. And those times I did get a job, I would work, I would do my best, but the county that I lived in, it's like I sort of had a little bit of a reputation there, and anything that would happen in the area I lived in, a lot of times they would pin it on me just to get the investigation done and over with and charge somebody with it. I've been to prison 4 times. Out of the past 18 years, I spent 14 of them in prison. And it was for, 4 and 5 year little kids, 2 year here and stuff like that. And every time I would go in and get back out, I would try to work and get a job. I couldn't get a job. No one would hire me because of my record. I couldn't get insurance, and I couldn't pay for my HIV meds. And those medicines cost me $4,000 a month.
What's your name?
My name is Michael.
Michael, what's your last name?
I'm not going to say my last name.
Where are you from?
His name is Michael.
I'm from North Carolina.
Are you from our area? Do you watch us on TV?
No, I'm not from y'all's viewing area, actually. And reason being is I didn't go somewhere in my viewing area, so no one would recognize me.
Okay.
But, the reason why I did it, it's, it wasn't to hurt nobody. It wasn't to go in there and just get a bunch of money and go blow it. I've got to spend $4,000 a month just to stay alive, having to buy medication out of my pocket. Because I don't have a job. I don't have insurance. I can't afford insurance. And a lot of these places that do give you insurance, I would still have to end up paying about a $3,000 deductible every month just to be able to get my medicine. And that's the main reason why I've done that. And it's not just 1 or 2 bank robberies. So far, I've got about 4 or 5. And I'm actually on bond right now for a bank robbery that occurred in Mecklenburg County.
Mecklenburg County, when did you do that?
That was back in January.
What bank did you rob there?
He just referenced
The Wells Fargo, I believe.
The Wells Fargo? And did you do that for the same reason?
Yeah, same reason. I mean,
so you're going around and robbing banks because you can't afford with your health?
I can't afford to buy HIV medication.
Well,
and I go sign up for it in places. There's programs like ADAP that they have, AIDS Drug Assistance Program. It's okay, but if you've ever had a drug problem, they won't accept you.
Okay.
And I've had a drug charge before for possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of controlled substance. That they will not accept you into a program that pays for drugs. And that's a government-funded program.
So why are you calling us today? Do you just want to get the reason out?
Yeah, pretty much, because, it's not right that because I've got a record, I've done things in the past to get in trouble, but still and yet I'm forced to have to do what I got to do just to pay for my medication and stay alive. And that's not right. And if I don't take my medication, the virus end up getting to where it's, going crazy in my body to where my T-cell count is extremely low and my viral load is extremely high, and I'm susceptible to get anything. I can get a cold and turn into pneumonia and end up dying from it. People don't die from AIDS. They die from opportunistic infections that they get because their immune system's too weak to fight it off.
Where are you getting your medical help?
I order my medications online.
Okay. Do you have doctors?
I used to have a doctor.
Where was your doctor? Was it through a hospital or?
Yeah, it was an infectious disease clinic.
In North Carolina somewhere?
At CMC. At Carolina's Medical Center is an infectious disease clinic. And, I would go there and doctor prescribe my medication, do my lab work, and I've been taking the same medication now for 12 years. But when I got locked up in Mecklenburg County Jail, they wouldn't give me the medication that I'd been taking for 12 years. and I became resistant to that medication. So I had to switch medications up, and they switched me over, and it still wasn't working right. And for me to be able to get them, I've got to resort to doing whatever I got to do, like this, like robbing a bank, just to take the money and buy a prepaid card and buy my medication from Canada.
Mm.
I mean, that's not right. And I have no intentions of hurting nobody, of scaring nobody, none of that.
You don't think that there's a better way, though?
If it is, I'd like to know.
Yeah.
I mean, the best way I found, so every time I've been locked up, they take care of your health.
So you're
But
hoping
whenever
that you get arrested again?
If I'm in prison, then they take care of your health. I don't want to be in prison. I've got a little girl that's 5 years old that I've only seen a couple of times, and the last time I saw her, she was just maybe 2 weeks old.
Hmm.
You know, my whole life has just been spent screwing up, and it's not that I intend to do things like that. It's just...
You just don't know what your other options are?
Yeah, I mean, I go to try to get options like with medication, with health care, things like that, and I get turned away because I don't have the insurance. I get turned away because I don't have $400 and $500 to pay a doctor for a clinic visit, or to go over here and pay $600 and $700 for lab work out of my pocket. I don't have that. I can't afford that.
Have you ever had any jobs?
I have, yeah.
What kind of jobs?
I've had several jobs. I worked construction. And actually, I got fired from there. Actually, I got let go, put it that way, because of medical conditions. Which, in other words, they found out that I had AIDS working construction. And they was worried I was going to give it to somebody else, so they fired me. Because it's a higher risk type of job. Like if you get cut or something working with someone, they're afraid they're going to give it to somebody else. I got fired.
Where were you doing construction?
I was working for Zachary Construction out of San Antonio, Texas, but I was working on a highway in Statesville.
So it was road work stuff?
Yeah, it was.
Hmm.
And I enjoyed that kind of work. And, you know, I had insurance, but once they found everything out, they dropped it all. The insurance, lost my job, lost everything.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to get any of the, like, legal help?
Yeah, I've tried legal help. I've tried the Legal Aid Society. I've tried, I'm trying the big one they have, I can't remember the name of it. It's the big government thing they got for legal work. Ain't the NAACP, of course. It's
Like did you go through the bar association to get some free help?
Well, I've never really tried to go through the bar. I never thought to do that. But I've checked with all these different organizations. I've checked with like Wake Forest Law School. I've checked with Duke University, UCLA, UCSF, a lot of different places I've checked with, and they talk like they're going to do something so they can get the money from the government to fund it and back it as a nonprofit to help people like that. But when it comes down to it, they don't do anything for you. So a bunch of paperwork, and then they make you wait for months and months and months just to say that you've been denied.
How old are you, Michael?
I'm 36.
He's 36 years old.
And you've lived in North Carolina your whole life?
Thank you, ma'am.
Pretty much. I lived in California for about 5 years.
And when did you find out you had AIDS?
When I was in California.
Okay.
And, you know, when I was in California, I got better health care there than I did anywhere. Even being, you know, having nothing, not having a job or anything, they still made sure that I had my medication every month. Their public health in California is 100 times better than North Carolina.
Do you have family around?
All I have is my mom and dad.
And where are they?
They live in Statesville near Charlotte.
Do they know about your situation?
They know about having AIDS, but they don't know about, you know, what's been going on. They know about the bank robbery that occurred back in January. And they know about it because they bonded me out and came and saw me in jail and everything else. And,
do you have a lawyer?
And then now, you know, I just pretty much ran out of hope. And,
Well, where, so you feel like you're going to do this again?
I probably am to be able to pay for my medicine because I don't have enough money to pay for it this month. And I've missed 3 days so far. And you go missing 4, 5, and 6 days, you start to become resistant. You start getting sick. And then you have to switch up medication. And that's the thing. I mean, you can have somebody check into it. You know, HIV mutates. The virus mutates quickly. And you've got 5 classes of medication. Even though you get a lot of different pills, there's only 5 classes that all those fall up under. And if you become resistant to one pill, like say Norvir, then say if there's 20 pills under that class, you're resistant to all 20 of those pills. They all do the same thing. Like a protease inhibitor, it keeps protease from, multiplying inside the cell. And regardless of which one you're taking, it don't work. And that's pretty much what's going on. I can't get health care, and the only way I can do it is either rob a bank to pay for it or go to prison and let them give me health care, because everywhere I go for a job, I get turned down. Or just not right. All this stuff about how America helps people and all this government funding stuff and things like that. They don't care about nobody. These programs, they don't care about nobody. They care about the people that can give money back to them. These pharmaceutical companies, they don't care about if you ever die. They just care about how much money they can stuff in their pocket. I mean, there's no need to charge $4,000 for 3 pills a day for a 30-day supply. There's no need for that. $4,000 for me to stay alive a month.
Well, I'm very sorry about your situation. I don't know what to tell you right now. I don't have the resources in front of me to be able to direct you where you need to go.
Well, I want to apologize for it. I mean, I really do. And I didn't mean, in Gaston, I didn't mean for it to happen that way, because I don't know where she got bomb threat from, but I don't know why they evacuated the store, but nothing was ever said about a bomb. So, and I've already spoke with an FBI agent at Asheville today, too, and I mean...
Oh, you called them?
Yeah, I called him and talked to him. Okay. And he's aware of the situation, and he knows who I am and everything else, and, we have something worked out. And, I'm not turning myself into any local authorities. I won't do it. I'll shoot myself before I do it. But as far as turning myself into the marshals, the FBI, or federal entity, I'll cooperate with them. I will, because I know that they have health care in prison where they'll take care of you.
Okay.
And I'm probably going to end up dying in prison and never getting back out because of all this, but at least I won't be in pain and suffer the whole time. Because having AIDS does hurt. There's times when you hurt.
Well, Michael, thank you for calling and getting your side out there, okay?
All right. I appreciate it. And I do apologize. If there was some way I can let everybody know, I apologize for what happened. I mean, you don't, when you're looking at someone like today, for instance, that young lady that was there, she was scared to death. And I wouldn't have done anything to her or anybody else in there. I mean, I wouldn't have. I'm not that type of person to hurt anybody. But when I saw the look on her face, it broke my heart. It really did. And, I mean, I've got a heart. I got a conscience. And that's why I don't go in there swinging no gun around or nothing like that.
Where were you today?
Today it was Weaverville.
Okay.
It was the one that occurred in Weaverville, the Walmart up there. And, I mean, when I go in there, I take a gun with me. I do. But I take a pistol with 1 bullet and no clip. And the only reason I do that is if something was to happen and the police come and they go pulling guns on me and all this, I'm not going to aim at them or shoot at them or none of that. And that bullet's for me.
All right. Well, Michael, if you know, I hope you get the help you need, okay?
All right. And I mean, I appreciate you listening through, and I hope maybe somebody out there will be able to do something one day and learn from what I did as my mistakes. And I hope maybe something will change sometime, and other people out here that's got AIDS and same situation I'm in can benefit from it, but you never know.
Okay. All right.
But I do appreciate it.
Okay.
And,
all right.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye.